Hey there, everybody. Chief Meteorologist Tim Buckley with you now. We're tracking flash flooding as a possibility through the next several hours and into tonight. So what we're going to do is continue to show you the latest updated radar and keep you up to speed on what's going on. Here it is now. Flash flood warning was issued for us a couple of hours ago at this point. It does continue until roughly about 3 in the morning, not really showing too many signs of slowing down. So at this point, we're kind of just hunkered down for the long haul. If you're home for the evening, that's a good place to be. You can kind of just hang out there and not deal with any issues. But as we look at the radar picture, what we're dealing with is something we had talked about for a few days, is that fire hose of moisture, right? So where you have that steady line of rainfall moving over the same areas repeatedly, we're seeing that right now, and we're seeing it in some of the most populated parts of our Triad area. I thought it was interesting when the Weather Service puts these out. They often give you the population inside the box. 1 million people live inside that box. So this is a populated part of our area right now. If we're being technical about this, I do think we might be starting to see this line pivot a little bit. Sometimes I like to track them upstream, so to speak. So if you look at where it's coming from, take a look at how it's pivoting over there, and that should give you some clues down the line. Notice how before the moisture stream was up there, and that's where it went. Well, now the moisture stream like that has started to go a little farther south. So that would lend me to believe that the line subsequently will start to pivot south as well. So probably moving down here over the next couple of hours toward Lexington, toward Asheboro, where I know not much has happened as of yet, but that will change. You will get some rain, believe me, before this is all done with. Right now, some of the heaviest rain with the system is hitting in Guilford County. We're seeing that across Pleasant Garden, southeast Guilford, downtown Greensboro still getting some rainfall. A little bit light at the airport at the moment. They've had about 1 inch of rain, by the way, so far today. Pretty impressive, with more on the way. And in Forsyth County, it's still coming down at a pretty good clip. You had a little bit of a break in downtown Winston. That break is over with now. You're getting a little bit more. There's not much going on in the foothills. There's not much going on north of Greensboro at the moment. Shoot, even on the north side of the urban loop, there's not really much rain falling. Farther south, as I alluded to before, there's really not anything going on. From Asheboro. You can actually see the cold front, though, over here. It's making some progress, isn't it? So that's the cold front on radar pushing down towards Sanford and past Raleigh. So that is making some progress as we go through the rest of the night. And the fact that the front is pushed through means we are on the cool side of the system now. And with that, there's really not a threat of tornadoes. The threat was low all along, but I'm really not concerned about it at this point. And I don't think you have to worry about it either. Severe thunderstorms, tornadoes, both of those should not really be much of a concern at this stage of the game. Earlier today, big numbers of rainfall just across the state line, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches estimated from Martinsville through Danville, Virginia. But more locally now, this latest band is, given some impressive numbers also. So let's take a look at that. I'll pop my head off so you can see it. This is Davie County. 4, maybe 5 inches of rain already. So these have been the big numbers so far. Basically just north of Mocksville through Bermuda Run, Clemens, Arcadia, these areas right about here, Swaimtown, Hootstown. Lots and lots of rain. A little bit less elsewhere, but still impressive numbers in parts of Greensboro. 1 to 2 inches. And that's really nothing to sneeze at. That's a lot of rainfall in a short period of time. Remember, this hasn't been accumulating all day long in a soaking fashion. This has been kind of more fast and furious over just the last couple of hours. So truly, it is some form of flash flooding. Even if you're not seeing flooding in your backyard, or if we can't visually see it, it is something that we're tracking by the numbers. Now, again, it's a drought, so we have a lot of room to put that water right now, which is a good thing. We need to keep doing that and putting it away. But the rivers and creeks, I do think, will rise here. This is visual evidence. So before I keep on going with this, so you know, this is a flood gauge location. So it's on Buffalo Creek. If you're familiar with Greensboro, I believe this is Merritt Drive, right by Interstate 40. There's a church right next to this. It's pretty close to Well, the interstate. It's not that far from Holden Road. You might know the spot. In any case, this is that rising creek. So here it was at about 6 o'clock. A couple points of reference. You see those sticks and twigs and cement right at the bottom of the creek. It's very, very low. Well, by 8 o'clock, it gets a little higher. And then by 9 o'clock, look at that. And here, a little higher still. It's not adjusting quite as much as it was, but it's getting close to the lower level of the bridge. And this is not anything uncommon. We see Buffalo Creek flood whenever we have big rains like this, so that's not a shocker. But it is something of an issue, of course, and it's showing us that flooding can happen and probably will continue to happen in any of the areas, in any of your backyards that get the heavy rain through tonight and into tomorrow. I have gone ahead and extended our News 2 weather impact alert here. It's going to go through midday tomorrow. So we've extended it to noon Thursday. Heavy rain at times, flooding possible or even occurring. We could have some flooding happening right now. I haven't seen many reports of it just yet, but I'm keeping my eyes peeled for that. Otherwise, all you can do is just kind of keep an eye on things. If you're home, you're okay, but avoid flooded roadways. Never drive through any of that high water. There's the flood risk for today. Here's the flood risk for tomorrow. Still pretty significant. So I think we're going to have, more rain overnight and more rain tomorrow morning as well. What we won't really have, I kind of mentioned this already, is the tornado risk. That's been dropped, at least for our area. They did keep it in for places closer to the coast, but we're not really expecting that to continue overnight. And I do want to let you know about that because I know how scary that can be and how much that can freak all of us out when that happens. Rainfall totals at airports so far, the official numbers here, quality controlled gauges, you could call them, I guess, an inch in Greensboro already. So that's our wettest day in about 2 months. The last time we had that much was late May. We had a day that had more than that, close to 2 inches back then. Winston-Salem, close to an inch, not quite there. Reidsville, not as much. Burlington, over half an inch. And still, it hasn't rained all day in Lexington, Asheboro, and Siler City. So these things are not equitable. They're not fair. They change, and that's just the way it goes. Let's take a look at the Futurecast. This model has been doing better than ours, so I like to show it to you. Here's now. Here's midnight. There's 2 and 3 a.m. And this is interesting. What it's doing is it shows most of this continuing to stay right over the heart of the Triad, right over the I-40 corridor. That would continue to put more and more rainfall, and we could have bigger and bigger problems if that were to be the case. So we got to watch that. Now, other models, like I'll show you the in-house one, but I don't think this has been doing very well, as you can see for yourself. It's too far south. It's just too far south. So again, I don't really buy this very much at the moment. Let's take a look at how much rain that was predicted on that last model I showed you before. Again, it's expecting basically an additional 1 to 4 inches across our area. That's too much to deal with. So that's going to cause some problems if and only if it comes to pass. So I do think we have a lot longer to go with this. We're only at the beginning. We're not at the end. And there's going to be more to come. So let's just kind of give you another radar tour before we let you go. And we'll be back, of course, at 11 with more info. But the latest radar trends, a little bit of lightning here, not much. Looks like we have 1 lightning strike in southeast Guilford County. I'm just going to stop the motion so we can look more clearly. Still coming down. And even though you're in the heavy band, it is still, there comes and goes a little bit. So even if you're in the band, it'll be harder 1 minute and a little bit less 20 minutes later, but it's still the heavy rain band for a reason. Farther off to the west, this is that break I was maybe talking about. So you see how the rain is starting to cut off, or at least the back edge is getting closer to Mocksville. I'm not seeing a lot of redevelopment over there. So that could be that the band is getting ready to pivot, and that'll be something that we watch, not right now, probably closer to 2 hours from now. So we've got a ways to go, and the rain will continue to keep on falling. It does look like a new band is forming down here from Hickory to Statesville, and that's probably what's going to end up getting you You're just getting into the rain action right now for the first time all day in Lexington. So if we back this up, you'll start to see this more clearly. Notice how just recently Lexington has started to get in on the rain action. That'll be you in Asheboro soon enough. Just kind of wait your turn, but it'll come down towards you probably also. So basically the big winners, if you will, however you want to frame it, have been areas of Guilford and Forsyth and Davidson counties right there south of I-40 for the most part. Just a matter of time on whether or not we see flooding problems from this. How much rain can we handle? We might put that to the test. How much rain can we handle for the rest of the night tonight? It's going to be interesting to see. We've got a ways to go with that. So that's what we're tracking right now. I'm going to continue to get folks informed and up to speed and ready for the 11 o'clock newscast, but wanted to give you an update here. You can continue to watch the latest live radar all the time right here on WFMY. Plus, we're going to keep it going basically all night long. Stay with us.